Welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, and I am the artist behind To Glass Unknown. Super weird, but I decided to start making videos again. I had a really fun idea, and it's not really Instagram or TikTok, and it's probably gonna be a little long, and I wanted to make a video, so I'm doing it. Welcome back to my channel. I do stained glass now. So I've been doing glass for about 2-3 years now. I started learning about it in 2021, but I didn't start actively doing stained glass until 2022. I took like 8 or 9 months to a year till today, honestly, to learn the art in glass, to read about it, read about the history and the practices and all this stuff. So I feel like I'm super qualified to make this video. I also love thrifting and saving money. So everything I own is either thrifted or, well, no. Yeah, everything I own is thrifted. I can't think of a thing I've spent full price money on. I just feel like I'm super qualified to make this video. I don't think that I'm qualified to teach anyone to do glass or speak on like things, but I do think it's a really fun premise. I started stained glass a while ago, and one of the things that happens when you do stained glass is you start you look for tools that you can use. You order a lot of them online. You go to your local glass store if you have one, and you look for tips and tricks and like what's the right tool for this and that. And there's a lot of stuff you can get that you have to get that is required to do the practice. But this is stuff that I thought I could work around. I thought it would be fun to find accessible stained glass tools at the dollar store. And like this is stuff that I'm actually using. Like I'm using a lot. I don't want to spend money on things I didn't use. Like today I ran to the dollar store to get the B-roll for this video, but I only bought stuff that I thought I might use, and also took pictures of or showed off things that I did already buy. And when I say the dollar store, I mean Dollar Tree specifically. I call all the dollar stores the dollar store, but I realize that the Dollar Tree is actually now $1.25, therefore not being a dollar store anymore. So, I mean, the $1.25 store is where the Dollar Tree is what I'm talking about. Roll with me. Roll with me on this one. I know it sounds crazy, but there is an insane craft section at the dollar store that I think is being overlooked by us glass artists, okay? There are a lot of things that you can get that you don't have to go to the glass store for or order online that can help you with doing glass. Oh, and if you are a glass artist, please leave anything in the comments about these tips and these tools that I'm about to speak on. I think that I would love to hear some people's maybe response. Also, I will one of these days make a reintroduction video about who I actually am and like what I do and like my personality and things like that. That video has been daunting to make for some reason, so I am gonna do it at some point, but I think this is more fun and I'm just gonna do this. I was at the dollar store and I noticed that they have a Pretty Baller craft section, so I was looking around and seeing if there was just like anything that applied to stained glass or like my own crafts or whatever I like to do, because it seems like they have a lot of different things. They have a lot of things they have a lot of items for people who sew, knit, yarn, or crochet. They have a lot of wood stuff, and they have resin. I saw resin there. They had component B but not component A, so they have a lot of different items and different projects and things like that you could do, and I think it's really interesting. I don't know the logistics. Obviously the items that you get there at the dollar store are pretty cheap, but like they're kind of have a quality, so I don't know how they're doing that. You let me know maybe if there's anything to it. Yeah, I think that there's something there. I don't know, there's something going on at the dollar store, and before they shut the craft section down, I just feel like I'm just gonna get in on it because I fucking love crafts, right? So I ran by there today to see if there's anything else that I could like do and to get some B-roll for the video, and I picked up a few things, and then most of the stuff is stuff I already have had or have been using over the past few months. Some of the things I think are really cool and super helpful and really random. Some things I feel come with caveats. The first thing I got there today was this little mini organizer. It has 8 compartments, and I thought it would be so fun to take literally any bin of scrap, grabbing one right now, and separating it out into the different Roy G. Biv. Because here's the thing about glass, is you're gonna use it. That's the great thing about glass, is that it's so durable and you can make it that small and it'll still have a presence within the piece. I keep a lot of my scrap. I've given some scrap away, and I use a lot of scrap as well. Like, I pretty much only use scrap in my pieces. I still haven't found a great way to organize it besides throwing it all in one little container. So I think this little organizer box would be really fun, and it has lids, and I think the little circle part is really great. So we'll see. I'm gonna give that a shot. This looks like it's like a file organizer. It's very small. It actually does not weigh that much. So I did grab it because I think, oh my God, I've been holding it the wrong way. It literally goes this way. I grabbed it because I think it'd be really fun to put some panes of glass in here. The way I store my glass is in basically the same thing, but just a lot larger if it's a sheeted glass. So I thought I could put even like my smaller pieces of glass in this, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I thought it'd be really cool. Got that at the dollar store. Oh yeah, clamps. Okay, when you have cane, it comes in a spool, and you really want to straighten it for it to have the most strength and support your piece the most. So you can take clamps, or you can use, some people use like a desk clamp, some people use books, some people use their family members. I did it with a door the other day. Like, you just need something to hold the cane down on one end and then pull it, and you don't pull it it's not like a jerk, it's more like a slow pull, and it doesn't pull that much, but it straightens the cane out and makes it more rigid. So I'm going to do that experiment with this. With these, they say they're craft clamps. They also say heavy duty on them. So I'm going to try them. And then there was smaller versions of these clamps as well. Another thing I picked up that's really useful in glass. I know what you're thinking, Taylor, I can see that. These are jump rings. Bitch, can I just say, I went through an entire ordeal the other day trying to find some jump rings. The thing is, I found these at I found these at the dollar store, and I was like, I have an open pack. I bought more today. I bought actually 2 more packs today, because I feel like I'm going to make this video, and the next thing I know, they're not going to be there anymore. I don't know. I don't think I'm that powerful, but I also think that it's possible. I had a whole ordeal the other day trying to find more jump rings. Went to every Dollar General that I could go, or Dollar Tree that I could go to within my like location, and couldn't find any of these. I lost the ones that I had. So I was like, I'll just pick up some more. The whole thing is that they were not available to me. So I went to Michael's to get some, and then the ones at Michael's were not solderable because they're made of iron. So I would return the ones to Michael's to get some stainless steel ones, and the stainless steel ones were also not solderable for some reason. So I ended up getting copper wire and tinning my copper wire, which tinning is a process of taking some of your solder and some flux, putting both of those things on your copper wire, and then you turn it into a jump ring and you attach that to your piece. And then after that, I found the jump rings. I don't know what these are made of. I don't think it says, it does say they're made in China though. It does say they're for adult use, decorative and crafting use, but there's nothing about what actual material they are. I just know they solder well. They're also 6mm. They're kind of small. I make smaller pieces. I have the Spider-Man hand, and if I wanted to hang it, these jump rings would be perfect for that. Speaking of jump rings, when I was looking originally and I couldn't find them, they also had bracelet, necklace, and earring findings, and like chains. There was a chain in here, as well as a bunch of jump rings, hooks, and some little closure beads, I believe they are. Those would be good in a pinch, because I'm assuming they're the same metal that they used to make the other jump rings. Also, you can use the chain to hang a piece, a small piece, but something, you know, you can use it. I'll use it for sure. Let's see, what else did I get at the dollar store? Oh, they have these cutting mats. I like to cut glass on a smooth surface. It just feels easier to me. I just like having, like, I use my table. It has just a smooth surface. But you could also use a cutting mat like this. But I'm sure this is not for glass. I don't know who this is for. It's probably for sewing people, right? I don't know. They have those little rollers. I think that's what that's for. But yes, you can cut your glass on this. I have used this multiple times. So these are finger protectors. They're made of silicone. I'm not sure who they're for, but I did use them to grind. I have been trying really hard to find something that can help me with grinding because I press too hard and I cut my little fingies. They worked really well earlier today when I was making this tulip box. I looked at my hand like there was gonna be a box there. And I really like them for that purpose. But I do have relatively small hands, and the thumbs, I used one of my thumb, one of my first finger, and one of my middle finger to do my grinding, and my thumb started to go numb. So if you have big fingers, I don't think they're gonna work for you, but I did cut a little slit in it so that I could relieve that pressure. I'm gonna keep using them and see how long they last. But for that, I think they did a really good job just keeping my fingers safe. I couldn't pick anything up though. That shit, no. Point is, they worked really well for keeping my fingers from hurting, and that's really what I wanted. They kept them dry too. Since we're talking about the box, I also picked this up. This is a craft knife set. It says craft knife set, but I know it's an X-Acto knife set. The thing is, my X-Acto knife, pictured here, I constantly am losing the little blade. And I use my X-Acto knife when I'm foiling, and I need the little blade to cut off the little tails, right? So I picked this up to grab the 6 extra blades, and I also got another knife, so that's great. And they had a ton of little fid looking tools. Fids are plastic, kind of almost like a putty knife texture, or like spoon handle, that you can use to put the copper foil, like on these. There's copper foil. You can use them to smooth the copper foil onto the glass. I use my X-Acto knife, or I used to use, if I have it, I used to use just this clothespin. You can use anything. You just have to burnish it really well. You can use a pencil, use a paintbrush, you can use your freaking fingers if you want to. Some people do. It's really satisfying if you use a tool. But they had a lot of fid tools, fid looking tools at the Dollar Tree. Easy peasy. I don't think you really have to pick up a specific fid unless you have like maybe hand problems, or you would like a better grasp on something, that maybe for that reason. They make wooden ones, I think, too. Dollar Store has a ton of galvanized metal there. They solder, so I just hoped that they would solder. I'm not sure what kind of metal they are. It doesn't say on the bag, but this is a metal ribbon that I picked up at the Dollar Store as well, and I'm hoping that it solders. If it doesn't, that's okay, but like, I kind of want to see if I can do something with it. I just grabbed this metallic marker. It says you can mark on glass, metallic marker. So the thing about being a glass artist is that you're always on the hunt for the marker that will stay during grinding, so that you can keep your template on your piece. I find that none of them will do it. There's only like one that I really like that I've tried a lot of different stuff. None of them really stay, but I continue to search, so I picked this up to see if it worked well. Oh my god, it's so pretty. It does. Look at that. But like the problem with the markers is that they don't dry and then they don't hold up to water, so they just wash right off. And then you have to either keep remarking it or try to mark it through the water or dry the piece off, or it's a whole thing. So that's really fun. Oh wow. Oh, that did not want to come off. Okay. That was like kind of hard to, not like, it didn't come off on the first rub like a Sharpie would. So that's really interesting. And I just love finding shit like this at the dollar store. What else? Oh, so the last thing I think I really have to talk about is cleaning supplies. They have pretty much all of them that you would need. I use isopropyl alcohol for a lot of my cleaning pieces. I use this little scrub brush when I'm washing them with soap and water, and I use just this scrub brush on just glass because you don't want to be cross-contaminating stuff. They have like cloths for polishing, like microfiber cloths. They have gloves for keeping your hands clean. They have different car waxes and cleaning supplies, and if you ask any glass artist, they're gonna say, well, I use this, this, and this, and the other glass artist next to them is gonna say, well, I use this, this, but I also like this instead of that. And everybody has like their preferences, and I promise you something that the dollar store does exactly what we were wanting it to do. So I might down the road try and do some practicing, but I was looking for like people like to use stove polish, car wax and polish, Pledge, all kinds of different like things to get their glass nice and shiny. Not glass cleaner really, but things that are kind of abrasive to get the solder shiny. They had clear nail polish, which you can use to seal off mirror when you're using mirror in your projects to keep rot out. Oh, also soldering. I saw some heat resistant mats. I didn't buy one because I didn't see it at the Dollar Tree that I just went to, but they have them at other Dollar Trees. I don't suggest getting a heat resistant mat and putting it under your soldering iron, but I have a little the stand that I use for my soldering iron is just a little iron piece, and it gets really hot, so I could put that heat resistant thing under there. You could also put it under a piece if you wanted to, and it could catch your solder. I should get one for that. It could catch your solder and make it a lot easier to clean up later, I bet. I think that is everything. I think that's everything. I'm trying to like mentally go through the Dollar Tree, make sure I didn't miss anything, but also, can I just talk about this? I got this in the craft section too. It's a little freaking keychain kit, but it comes with the yarn, it comes with the magnet, it comes with the knitting thing, and I've never crocheted. I've only embroidered, so I don't really know anything about it, and it comes with instructions. Kind of feel like the worst option to start with, but I could not resist this face. Oh, goodness gracious, excuse me. I hope that wasn't there that long. I hope that this video finds you well. I really enjoy talking about art and glass. I want to just say thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about glass, please leave them in the comments. If you have any comments about glass, please leave them in the questions. I will catch you on another day that has a lot more organization to it, because you know what? I really did just sit down and do this and didn't plan. So I really hope you liked the video, and hopefully I'll have something cool for you in a few weeks. Okay, bye. Hi, my name is Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. Oh God. Okay. Talking and said a bunch of words, and I don't know if I explained them well enough. So if you had any questions about the stuff that I mentioned today, and like, why would I use this thing? And Taylor, what's really going on in that head of yours? I get it. I totally get it. Leave them in the comments. Let me know. I'll respond, and I'll give it to with my therapist. We're not really talking anymore because she moved on to a better position, but I still wish her the best, and eventually we will be in contact after the 6-month